Real estate agents do not need self-care, or at least that's what the industry wants us to believe. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to review some of my tips for making sure you avoid burnout, keep getting consistent closings, and actually have a life outside of real estate. And make sure to stay all the way till the end, because I'm going to share one of the biggest things that had helped me in my career to set the boundaries that I needed to make sure I was not only successful, but also kept a clear mindset. So let's talk about this. This is real talk. Why is it that in our profession as real estate agents, it's expected that we work 24/7? We pick up the phone no matter where we are or what we're doing. We constantly return text messages within 30 seconds. All of these things are breeding pretty bad habits. Let's talk about why. See, we've been set up for so long that if we're always on, we're never gonna miss a deal, right? We all have that story that this one time I was mowing the lawn or I was at my kid's softball game and I missed the call that would have landed me a $700,000 home. Here's the reality. Yes, that is true. If you're on your phone all the time, you're going to get the business. But there's also a very clear indicator that those who are constantly intrigued and enthralled with their phones and talking and texting with potential clients, if you don't have a cutoff switch, you're going to hit burnout. And what's even worse, some of us don't get to see our kids grow up. We lose engagement with our spouse. Some of you out there might be feeling that stress and that pain right now, especially with the market that we're in. Our market is shifting and it's getting more challenging. Doubling down is extremely good, and I'm not telling you to not prospect. I'm telling you to be structured with your time. So what does this look like? Well, first off, like I said, let's avoid burnout. Burnout happens when we're going, but a lot of times it happens because we don't ever rest. See, our brains are like little computers. Anybody ever remember when we had to go ahead and physically defrag our computer and tell us to do it? What was that doing? It was making sure all the files were in the right place and running optimally. But the way to do that was you had to allow your computer to rest. Our brains are giant computers. They're computing bits of data every single millisecond that we are breathing on this earth, and yet we never let it rest. See, this is why people are burning out, especially agents in our industry. They're going, but they're not structured with their time, and in doing so, they feel like they're always working and never getting enough done. Why is that? Well, here's my few factors that you need to take into account when you're looking at your day. 1, are you time blocking? I know, every coach talks about time blocking, but why is it so important? Well, if you set aside just a 30-minute block of time, that's it, just 30 minutes, you're actually only gonna get about a 7-minute window of deep work. Why is that? Every time we change our brain on a task, it takes 23 minutes for us to hone back in. So what does that mean for you? Well, if you're texting someone, then sending an email, then getting on a phone call, each time you're changing your task and what you're doing. Set aside solid sections of time. This is going to allow you to do deep work and get way more done. Why is that important? If you get deep work done in a shorter period of time, you will have to work less time. That's right. No more texting people at 9 o'clock at night. It should have been done during the day because you time blocked it, or it can wait till the next day. Now here's my biggest tip for you. Aside from taking time off, yes, vacations are necessary, and anybody who has ever taken a vacation in real estate knows when you do, people call you. So you might as well go get the rest because you're going to get the leads that come with it. But here's my most major tip. You must create boundaries. Boundaries with your clients, boundaries with yourself, and yes, boundaries with your family. Now what this means is you have to adhere to that because you're going to be your own worst enemy. Set a time of day that you do not pick up the phone after that. Let people know. Put it on your voicemail. I'll call you the next business day. It's okay for us to have this time, and it's okay for us to have this separation. Again, I'm not telling you to not hustle. You need to hustle, but you need to make sure that you're doing it in optimal amounts of time. You're doing it consistently, and you have a cutoff. Nobody wants to know a parent. No one wants to have a friend. No one wants to have a spouse that gets their phone gets more attention than they do. So set the boundary, set the time that you're cutting your phone off or not answering. Set the day of the week that you are taking time for you. I don't care if it's a bubble bath, you go on a walk. Make sure you set time aside for you. And last but not least, this changed my business. Meditate and journal. Turn your brain off, focus on what you truly desire, and the more you focus on you and feel centered with you, the more things will come to you. I hope this was helpful. Go ahead and reach out with any questions and comments below, and I look forward to seeing you next week with some more tips and tricks. There you go. Please go ahead and make sure to apply this. It can change your business as well, and I know times are challenging right now, but this will make an effect, and you'll feel a whole lot better for it. Thanks so much.